Good morning. It's morning here for me. So hoping I don't have my coffee mug in the way. But welcome to my twin flame journey, and this is going to be the weekly reading from April 14th until the 21st. Man, time is just flying. Every time I do these, I'm like, another week has gone by. Oof, especially if you've been procrastinating on anything, it sure is a reminder to not do that because, again, time moves quickly. Um, Again, this is the weekly reading for twin flames and soulmates that are currently in separation. Um, Keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, keep in mind that masculine and feminine stand more for energy than gender. So, again, whatever side resonates with you, that is your message, and you can alternate because it's whatever more prevalent energy that you're embodying at the time. Um, what was I going to say? And just to kind of throw out there, if you noticed in last week's reading, I kind of gave a possibility like, well, if you were originally on this side most of the time, and you've since kind of switched. I read the cards two different ways just so you can get an idea of how differently you can read the messages and how you could switch from one side to the other. And again, depending on how the message is delivered, that will show which side you're resonating more on. And I've kind of been feeling it's possible that that could be the case. Because again, the feminine energy is all about being receptive, tapping into our emotions, and if that's something that the masculine has generally been avoiding, they could be kind of creeping more into this side now. And again, and how the message is read, it could resonate or not. You could make it so that it's more resonating still on this side. Um, and the masculine energy is more about, action, um, logic, things like that. So, the feminine could be embodying that more now, and kind of like it's the masculine's turn to be the one to open up, to embody more of the feminine traits. So I've kind of been feeling that could be a possibility. That the two energies could be kind of mixing at this point, but we shall see how it comes out again and how I deliver the message. But again, whatever you may see, if you interpret it a different way, then that message is for you. Now, what we have here is the overall theme of what you'll be dealing with for the week. Spirit's advice. Is this relationship worth saving, worth investing in? The current thoughts, feelings, aspirations, or desires of the masculine, the why of it, same for the feminine. What is needed in order to bring them together? What is the connecting factor? What is the obstacle? Or the major, what's the word that I use? Yeah, major obstacle. What I'm sorry, wait a minute. What is the interfering factor? I was trying to get the right word. The interfering factor, or what might be currently going on with the masculine that's kind of holding things up. And this is advice. And then, of course, the same questions for the feminine. And then we will clarify, of course, using the Sibelius. And if I not recalling the reversals, or I still might look, because I always like to look, even with these cards, as I've mentioned before, there are so many meanings that the cards can hold. And in order to give you more possibilities that I might not recall off the top of my head in the moment, I like to refer to my notes just to see if anything pops out at me that I feel might be relevant. So I like to, and it gives, again, different scenarios, different meanings. So That's why I do that, in case people wondered. It just helps me to help you more. So let us see what we've got going on. Let me grab my book since this will be first up. We have To the Sea. That is the overall theme. And if I recall correctly, it's about, letting go and letting it flow. But let's see what the meaning is. To the sea. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The oracle's message, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. Relationship message. There are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. Now, as I said, it's about letting go and letting it flow. It's about, releasing things. It kind of reminds me of like the Six of Swords. You got to let go of the pains of the past in order to move forward into a better future. And a lot of ego can hold things up, and it has been holding things up. Fears, anxieties, resentment, all, on both ends. And Spirit is asking, can you put down those things and think of the bigger picture or the bigger goal and try to get over ourselves. And of course, but perhaps this is symbolic. As the trash truck comes by, it's time to throw out our baggage. See how I segued to try to make that work? As we throw out our baggage of yesteryear, and we throw out with the trash the things that no longer serve us, to be picked up and tossed away, we leave an empty vessel behind that can be filled with love. Come on, truck, get your move on so we can finish the reading. But you see how I did that? Hey, you gotta, that's show business, folks. You gotta make it work. I learned that from my old show business days. Show must go on, even when trucks go by. But basically that's what it's asking. It's kind of, getting out of our own way so that we can come together and work on the partnership and to move forward. Again, trying to let go of those things that are our ego. The fear, the worry, the projection, the thinking of the past, fear in the future, it's, again, resentments, old pains. Sorry. Plastic, isn't it? Plastic. It's always some kind of noise around here. It's either the kids, or it's a truck, or it's, I don't know what. Oh, ambulance, that's right. That's the other noise that always happens around here because I live near the hospitals. Okay, truck. So how are things where you are? How's I'm trying, to not talk, do the reading while the truck is here. Okay, come on. Get to moving. Oh, I think it's pulling away. It's just, what, there you go. And we bid you adieu. Thank you, trash man, for taking out our trash, right? Our old baggage. Ah, see how much nice and quiet it is now? Again, I apologize. Um, the Spirit's advice for you both in regards to letting it go and letting it flow is that you're ready. We are ready to do that. You know, especially if it's been dragging out for a long time. I mean, for some people, this could be weeks, this could be months, this could be years. The situation has been in limbo, as they say. Um, and again, too, depending on how long it's been and how you're feeling about it right this moment, you know, some people might feel like, hey, it's too little too late. You know, it's been a year, it's been 2 years. Like, this conversation should have been had a long time ago. These apologies should have happened, you know, when the situation was going through what it was going through. Like, depending on where you are in regards to all of this, will, you know, have an effect on your response to anybody coming forward at this point. That's why Spirit kept trying to say, don't wait too long. Because again, people's feelings change, especially if they've been met with the same old, same old. They probably got turned off. They've probably lost interest. And they probably wouldn't even care at this point, because any apology that would come now is kind of an afterthought. It's so, again, depending on what you're dealing with, is you know, they're trying to encourage you. You know, despite how much time has gone by, keep hope alive. Now we shall see. Where is the thing? All your past experiences have led to this moment. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways. There is nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and to embrace the person you know in your heart you are meant to be. The world is anxiously awaiting the contributions that following your life purpose will provide. You may have to put yourself first in this situation. It's time to do what is right for you. So if we're staying in any situations longer than we should be, again, codependent situations that we're not happy in, that we know we shouldn't be in because we really want to be with the other person, we've learned, we've changed, we've grown, and maybe we're hanging on to that because we're fearing that transition, we're fearing change because we're uncertain of what the side will do as far as being receptive at this point. Like I said, because it could be dragged out for a long time. It also is just a little scariness in regards to, okay, well, now I've grown. Now I've come into these realizations. Now I have to embody these things and I have to make moves, because once you've come into that awakening, regardless of this side or not, you know you got to get out of this situation. So it's because you're not happy there, and it's not fair to that person. It's not fair to you to continue to live a lie, basically, you know, staying in something for codependent reasons. It's like this is your launching pad, because now you're ready to break out of that, to leave those old patterns of behavior behind that no longer serve you, and embark on a new phase in your journey, again, with or without this person. It's about, you know, discovering your own light, what it is that you came here to do, what it is that you have to offer, you know, to the world, whatever. If you have some kind of divine mission, if you have something that you know, soul work that you need to do that's going to help other people in some way, you know, your career, whatever it is that you came here to do. It's, again, knowing when it's time to leave and not stay in things because now we're fearing hurting this person, or or we're fearing again, well, what's going to happen when I do, you know, that fear of the unknown. It's time to embrace your newfound growth and wisdom. Hats off, kudos, you know, hands are clapping. It's about time now. Get a move on. go into your next phase. Like don't stay stagnant, still sitting in the thoughts and in the woe-is and the fear and all of that. It's time to embrace things and, you know, stand in integrity. Do the right thing for you, for everybody. And this goes for both of you. Embrace the person you know in your heart that you're meant to be. Like, again, because you've grown through this experience, you've learned, you've changed, you've grown. Now it's time to embody that. Now, when asking, is this true love? I mean, is this true love, or is this relationship worth putting in the effort? Well, they say yes, it's true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So again, this is all about encouraging you to embody the new person that you've become through these lessons, to try to, again, release our worries, our fears, our anxiety of opening up, releasing, you know, past pains, resentments, anger towards someone who may be coming to open up. You know, it's about making peace and being able to find common ground, laying down our defenses, our egos, whatever's holding us back, whatever's holding this back, and be willing to move forward, because this is true love. Now, current thoughts, feelings, aspirations, or desires of the masculine is the Ace of Cups. So they're all about offers of love. Or they're hoping for it, or they're wanting to make it, or they're hoping that it's going to be accepted, or just for the opportunity. And I will again read from the cards here. Any additional messages we have, and the why of this is the Strength in reverse, the Two of Cups in the reverse, the Five of Wands, and then the Hangman. You know, this is obviously about lacking faith, lacking strength, lacking hope, you know, uncertain of things, uncertain if this union can come together, you know, because there's been conflict, you know, hoping that perhaps this side might see things from a different perspective, and conflict can end so they can come together, you know, because they're hoping that they'll be seen in a different light. Because I know a lot of masculines who are wanting to be viewed as someone who's learned, changed, grown, perceived as that. So, what is this? Strength. Pardon me. I forgot one. There we go. Don't want to miss anything. So again, Ace of Cups, it's about trusting your intuition and heart to lead the way. Incarnation or spirit appearing in the material world, again, an opportunity from the heavens to come together because you're both ready and it's true love. A cup of love being offered to you emotionally and spiritually. Fulfillment is there for the taking. So again, like I said, it's about hoping that if they extend an offer, it'll be received, or vice versa. It's the beginning of love. Again, hoping for a new beginning in love. It's happiness, compassion, positive energy between two people. Again, hoping to resolve conflict, hoping to bring, you know, this upside down union right side up. It's about forgiveness, making peace, because we have peace down here too, which we'll get into. So again, hoping to be forgiven, hoping that there will be peace, hoping to come out of conflict, hoping they'll be viewed as someone who's changed or grown, you know, because they're kind of lacking that courage in a way, perhaps to open up, because again, like I said, some of you can be, this could have been dragging out for a year, 2 years. So, you know, I'd be a little nervous too at this point, because I'd be like, well, damn, would they even want me at this point? Does it even matter? And for some of you, maybe they don't. Maybe it is I got to keep it real. I don't put happy bows on all my stuff just to make it sound like everybody's getting back together and riding off in the sunset, because that's not reality. Um, but you don't know unless you try. Again, it's about new love, giving and receiving love on a new level, forgiveness, um, allowing emotions to shine through. It says it could also indicate conception, pregnancy, and birth of a new idea, spark of inspiration, because we have, was it here? Oh, inspiration's here. I knew I saw it somewhere. Now, the strength card, again, like I said, in the upright, it's all about having strength, having courage, but in the reverse, it's weakness, self-doubt, lack of self-discipline, setbacks, lacking courage, lacking the inner strength, feeling vulnerable, inadequate, lack of self-confidence, a need to draw upon one's willpower, worried, anxious, insecure, because again, it's because again, this side has been being met with the same old for so long. They lost hope, they lost interest, some of them moving on, you know. That's why they're feeling like, well, now that I've finally come into my realizations and want to, again, they're unsure. They're worried if they'll be received. And the Two of Cups, like I said, this is a soulmate card. It's about, you know, coming together, harmonious relationships, you know, unified love, attraction, you know, but in the reverse, it's imbalance in the relationship, a lack of harmony, struggling to form new partnerships, relationships, reluctant to open up due to a lack of trust or unfinished business of the past. Again, probably because this side doesn't trust you anymore, because there's always been lying and manipulating and all kinds of stuff going on here. So that's why, too, that's where that comes into play. You know, how can I get this person to trust me again? How can I get this person to believe that I've changed, that I've learned, that I love them, that I've realized whatever, that I've learned my lessons? It's fear of expressing one's feelings, resulting in discontent from those around you, being guarded or constrained, not seeing eye to eye, trouble with being honest with each other, broken flow of communication, lack of mutual respect and understanding. And like I said, Five of Wands, it's all about conflict, you know, petty arguments, conflict between the two of you, inner conflict as well. Inner conflict, trying to figure out what to do, how to say what I want to say, how am I going to do this, how am I going to go about, again, because the masculine, for some of them, they are in codependent relationships, so they've got, it's not as say, it's as easy as just making a choice, because then that just releases everything and moves things forward. You know, the people have been staying stagnant because they've been fearing the consequences of that choice. So again, it could be conflict within themselves, but knowing that it's something that has to be done anyway, because, you know, you can't sit in. The masculine wants to move. I feel that that they're ready to, if they had a magic wand, they probably would just get themselves out of their current situation and be back here and start then, but they know it's going to be a process. And for some, it might be a daunting process. Some of them are in different cities, states, countries. Some of them are still having money issues. Some of them have to deal with, again, ending a relationship, unsure of another person. So again, it's a big, that's why they've been kind of just staying in the rut, because at least the rut, they know what the rut is. It's, again, that fear of the unknown. Embarking on a new journey. So again, it could be personal struggle or conflict. But it also encourages enthusiastic approach to change. You know, to be, like I said, when they feel like they want to move, it's like, well, be excited about that. You're ready. You're ready to move. And of course, the hangman is all about our perspectives, trying to take some time to kind of, gather our wits, how we're going to proceed, how to break old patterns, how to get ourselves out of situations, things that restrict us. It's about careful planning. It's also about, reflecting on things, feeling stuck or restricted. And it's also about letting go, surrendering. You need to be more vulnerable and open, to give up control, to let go of worries, to let go of this, because you're ready. You're ready to move on. You're ready to move towards your true love. Now, the feminine, well, she's checking and balancing everything, weighing things out, wondering if things are worth still putting in the effort. And the why of this is we have the Empress, we have the World in reverse, we have the Hermit, and we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. And again, I say he and she just because most people associate masculine with male, feminine with female. But again, it's an energy. I just try to make it simple. We need some gender neutral terms, right? It it feels, no, that's not good. But you know what I mean. Seven of Pentacles again, checks and balances, contemplating the value of one's efforts, a desire to invest long term, but wanting to benefit from that, not wasted efforts. Assessing whether things will pay off, feeling frustrated, will they pay off? Will this ever come about? Will this ever happen? Will it work? It says if no payoff, expectations may be unreasonable. There's no guarantees. Focus on the present, on what you have. It's also a fear of failure, fear of delays, frustration, wanting to make better investments. Again, not wanting to waste our time, our emotions, go through, another cycle of the same old. Again, each side has their own fears, worries, and anxieties for their own reasons. Some of them are the same, some of them are different. Because the Empress here, if this is the feminine, she's wanting stability. She's wanting to, have things that are going to pay off, things that are going to be fruitful, things that are, things that you can build and grow with. Because the Empress is all about that. Wanting things to turn around, wanting cycles to end, trying to go within, trying to figure things out, trying to come out of whatever ruminating thoughts or stress and anxiety that this situation has been for her. And for some, like I says, they could have been in this state for a year, 2 years, still reeling from the effects of what this relationship was. And they're wanting to move past all of that, with or without this person. They're kind of just like at a point where, I need to embody the Empress for me. I need to work on my own goals. I know what things that I can, like it says, the stuff that you can do now for yourself. Again, she's the feminine principle, Earth Mother, goddess of fertility. She's ruled by Venus. She's all about creativity, art, harmony, luxury, beauty, grace, a mystical realm connection with the angels and fairies. I love that. It's about, again, the feminine power, nurturing, sensuality, new ideas, projects, new ways of being, growth and development, nurture, care, support. Um, it's the universal energy that's about to intervene in your life. Because, again, there's something's riding in on the wind, and I think it's in the form of the masculine. It's a glimpse of a miracle, good fortune, blessings worth receiving. Now, the world in reverse is a lack of completion, lack of closure. Again, still sitting here, checking our pentacles, because there hasn't been closure. And because for some of you, this could be turning into a life partnership. This could be your twin flame. This could be your soulmate that's going to turn into a life partnership. So obviously, things need to be wrapped up so the two of you can move forward because it is destiny. But again, our free will choices play a big role in what our destined path is going to become. So it's difficulty in completion. It says here, tendency to take an easy, quick path that doesn't lead to the desired outcome, losing focus to complete, a lack of closure, preventing a new beginning. Again, still holding on to the pain of what happened here, because that's how deep that wound went. After this situation ended, this one jumped into another situation because they probably had codependent issues. They were afraid to be alone. They were looking for another place to live. They entered into that again under all those karmic reasons, because they still didn't learn from this situation. And this side might have been all alone. So, all this time. So again, their experience in the aftermath was quite different from each other. And, while this side might be feeling their stuff now, this side has been feeling their stuff for a while, and they've been feeling it all alone and knowing that this side has been with someone else. And for them, it's like that wound is still there, and they are still holding on to some things probably, but Spirit is trying to encourage them to heal thyself, because, this one might be coming back around looking to reunite. And in order for that to happen, you're both going to need to kind of get out of your own way. It says that don't fear hardships and challenges, rise up to them. It's also not taking all the steps that are necessary to achieve the goal. Again, to allow a cycle to end, to allow the past be the past and move forward. It's things left unsaid, people left hanging, not knowing where they stand. Again, that's why they're up here. They've been wondering this probably for a long time. It's a need for communication, a need for closure, a need, again, these talks have been needing to happen for quite a while so that people know where they stand. And also it's to heal the past. You may be feeling frustrated due to delays. It's about having devotion, patience, and perseverance, and to not give up. The Hermit, like I said, it's all about going within, reflecting on stuff, gaining wisdom. He's there with his lantern, trying to find the light in this situation. Again, it's achievement, growth, and accomplishment, attaining of a spiritual pinnacle, and ready to share that knowledge with others. Again, some of you might have taken this situation and your experience from this situation and are now using it to help other people who might be going through something similar, kind of like what I do. It's a path of initiation. Again, it's wisdom, power, authority, becoming a leader. It's knowledge gained as a tool towards enlightenment, spiritual attainment. So again, it could even be with sharing with this person all the things that you've become aware of And I see many people say, well, the masculines don't watch tarot. The masculines don't. And some might not. You know, some might take all this spiritual stuff as like, oh, she's a little kooky. But, you know, that's because not everybody is with it. Um, but again, you know, share what you know about what you've learned about these. Hell, even guide them over to watch some readings. You know, maybe they'll get some further insight for themselves. Um, it's again searching for the truth, attainment of wisdom. Now, of course, the Ten of Swords in the upright, it's all about our stress and anxiety, sleepless nights, ruminating thoughts that won't go away. It's about, you know, being betrayed, backstabbed, feeling defeated, um, loss. But in the reverse, it's all about recovery, regeneration. But again, there's still some fear there, fear of ruin, fearing that, you know, again, if this person comes back, it's going to be repeated things. Um, Pain that must occur for growth and regeneration. It's mental transformation. Again, seeing things from different perspectives because we've been like the hermit. We've gone within. We kind of looked at things from all angles. It's a reevaluation, again, an elimination of previous attitudes of what's important. Again, if that means that we have to let go of our grudges or whatever it is that we might still be holding on to, we need to release that because what's more important is our healing and our moving forward. Because we cannot change the past. We can only be in the present. And whatever our actions are in the present is going to create our future. And if we want a better future, if we want to reunite, if we want to make this work, if we are, you know, to soulmates that are supposed to be life partners or twin flames that are supposed to get together, again, it's about people learning to get out of their own way. It's also about thinking worst case scenarios, again, creating fear and anxiety, still carrying wounds from an old situation, buried deep, could be unrealized, could be very realized, still aware of it. And it's a need to deal with it and release it so that the world can spin around. Now, what is the connecting factor for the two of you? Sorry. What's needed? Well, we have sexual attraction, spiritual, good news. So I guess this is about making efforts towards this relationship because it is a spiritual union. Allow for healing and be happy. Rejoice that an opportunity is there should you get out of your own way, work together, and be willing to move forward. And they're saying the brown-haired man, change and inspiration. It's like, well, because, you know, the brown-haired man is finally becoming inspired. He's finally changing. He's finally, you know, the effort is going to be put in. They want to. They got the Ace of Cups here. You know, and it's just about the two of you again, embracing change, being enthusiastic, trying to find the inspiration to give this another try, to speak your truth, to make the effort. Now, what is the contributing factor for the masculine that could be kind of holding this up? As we have hidden enemy. Knew those shady cards that come out somewhere. Hidden enemy, peace, justice, journey, and fame, as well as greed, abundance, frustration, and truth. So again, there could be some fears around coming clean, some anxiety, you know, will we get what we want? And what they want is to be reunited with the feminine. You know, can we have it all? You know, can there be peace? Can we continue on this journey together? Will there be success if I tell the truth? If I stop, you know, being my own worst enemy, even with the hidden enemy here, by keeping myself stuck, because this is what is the, you know, contributing factor for why this might not be coming together yet. As again, the masculine could be just again needing to get out of their own way. I'm trying to see if I see third party stuff here. Well, for some of them, yeah, I mean, they would have to tell the truth to the person that they're with. I'm not going to be with you anymore. I don't want to be with you anymore. This was whatever the spiel is going to be for that situation. You know, there's a truth that needs to be revealed on two sides. Like I said, for some. You know, for things to work out in our favor, we're going to have to, again, come clean, step from behind the curtain, you know, change people's views and perceptions of us by showing that we've learned and changed and grown so that we can have what we want. But again, we got to deal with other people's free will choices as well. But regardless, this is something that you got to do for you anyway. And your advice is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. And very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And for the feminine, what might be the interfering factor for the feminine is we have surprise, we have diligence, we have deception, and then we have the Fool, as well as faith, wisdom, power, and troubleshoot. So for me, this speaks again, diligence is kind of the same as like the Seven of Pentacles or the Eight of Pentacles. It's about effort, work, you know, taking a leap of faith, having a new beginning. Deception, we have this here actually twice. So on this card, it states, you know, someone's wearing a false mask, which means that, you know, in a good way, they're hiding their true feelings. They really love you. In a bad way, they're a liar. They're a cheater. So it's kind of like, you know, I hate when these shady cards come out. I really do. But, you know, they might be telling you that someone is going to be sending you a message, that they want to put in some work and effort into this relationship, that they're hiding, you know, they're going to reveal their deceptions, they're going to tell the truth, they're going to reveal how they really feel, that they want to take a leap of faith, but again, this person is unsure if they should because of the past. Troubleshoot is all about, again, troubleshooting, trying to figure out a way. Use the wisdom that you've learned from the past. Try to have faith. You know, make sure you stand in your own feminine power here. Don't waver in that. But also that there could be, you know, because the power is all about the profoundness of something. Let me see what power is here. Or use your own strength, power. Use your own strength and inner strength to overcome whatever feelings might be lingering around, whatever doubts, fears, worries. You know, again, use the wisdom. but have faith. You know, try to figure out a way to be open to a new beginning. Let's see, power. Yeah, power. We have La Alegría, which is all about reuniting, you know, happy times, celebration. And then we have the precious gift, but in the reverse, this is symbolizing, you know, a difficult situation that will get better over time. You know, healing takes time, forgiveness takes time, but it's putting in that effort again, using the wisdom that you've gained in the situation, but have faith that things will turn around. Now, well, I shouldn't put those there because I'm going to need this book. Your advice, feminine, is to let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally, which is, you know, kind of saying, don't let the past dictate your perception of the present. Again, if someone's coming with their, you know, heart in their hand, if someone's showing genuine growth and whatever, kind of try to be open to that and allow the situation to unfold naturally. Past life relationship, of course, is someone you're dealing with from the past. Deception, someone's wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Again, they've been hiding how they truly feel. They've been hiding lies, you know, but hopefully they're going to be telling the truth. And they're trying to ask you to trust, because trust is definitely playing a role in this. How do you trust somebody who's a known liar? How do you trust somebody who's cheated? How do you trust somebody who hurt you and let you down and set you on fire, watched you burn and act like they didn't care? It's asking a lot to even consider letting this person back into your life. But Spirit is saying trust. It's calling for you to have faith. We got faith down here. And we got healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Again, this is dealing a lot with childhood wounding. Soulmate relationships deal a lot with karma and childhood wounding. That's why the people behave the way they did when they came together or in all their relationships. So it's about recognizing that. And it's also about being willing to heal this family. Now, the major obstacle for the both of you is children. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive change for them and me. Again, this could be childhood wounding. All those feelings and thoughts that we're having stem from that to some degree. You know, our fears, our whatever, our outlook on love, whatever it is. This is also symbolizing allowing for new beginnings to happen. The two of you could have children together, if this could be actual children. And then we have joy. By enjoying the moment, I'm giving thanks to God for my life. So it's about, again, being present, trying to find joy and happiness in your life, regardless of whatever might be going on. I know easier said than done, but this helps to raise your vibration. This helps to give you different perspectives on situations. This helps give you optimism, courage, you know, again, excitement about what's coming next. They want you to pay attention to the signs, because some are still ignoring the signs, again, because the ego wants to fight for its stuff. I want to hold on to my anger. I want to hold on to my fears. I want to hold on to my things because that's all I've known and that serves me and that whatever. Again, the ego is strong here in the 3D. And the biggest challenge that we have in this life is overcoming the ego. And they want you to pay attention to the signs. They're trying to help you. They're trying to guide you and try to tell the ego to shush. I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. And then we have family. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing, because we have family issues here. Family here, again, healing this family. And then we have health. My prayers for healing miracles have been heard and answered. That's the health of this relationship. That's our own health. You know, being stressed, being angry, being anxiety, being whatever, that's no good for our health. So it's again about nurturing ourselves, healing ourselves so that the things that are outside of us can also become healed. Now, the advice for the masculine, oops, we had the ringmaster of scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, and details, but this was in the reverse. And then we have the dream walker, dreams, the collective good and illusions, but this was also in the reverse. Right? So number 9. When the ringmaster of scrutiny appears as your challenger, he warns you to observe your situation with discernment and clarity. It's time to see the flaws in the foundations you and others have built under you. It also seems that you may be getting caught up in the details of your dream when really it's time to leave them to the divine. Perhaps you're worrying about the past and the future too much, forgetting that the dream is created in the now time. Often the ringmaster of scrutiny also brings a warning to read the fine print and watch for hidden agendas when you're involved with others. Don't worry, whatever your current challenge, things can be resolved as soon as you cultivate detachment and trust that the details will be taken care of once you turn them over to the divine. The universe has an uncanny way of self-correcting when you get out of your own way, which is what I say every week. The biggest challenge for all of us is to learn how to get out of our own way. So they're saying for you to get out of your fears and worries and frustrations and all of this, and just do what you know that you need to do, because it's going to bring you freedom, basically. And again, get out of the woe-is, get out of the fears, because that's just keeping you in the woe-is and fears, keeping you in your head and not in the action. And number 8, the dream walker. The dream walker challenges you to wake up from your restless sleep in which you're not dreaming at all. This is the time to remind yourself of your passions and the aspirations you may have left behind. Perhaps you should reconsider and allow yourself your precious dreams again. Don't give them up. There is always a way they can return to you, as long as you don't try to dictate the forms they take. Another way the dream walker challenges you is when you're in the middle of a nightmare brought on by you or others. Wake up and don't struggle, for she reminds you that the divine will lead you out of the bad dream and into a much better one. This too shall pass. Be mindful that you have a unique and special purpose. You're always actively influencing your reality through your thoughts and reactions to life's challenges. Yeah, it's how you know, there are fated events, things that were prearranged before you came here. Your free will choices in the aftermath of those fated events is what is going to lead you on your destiny. So choose wisely your next steps, and the universe will help you get back on the right path. Everything happens for a reason. It's all about learning lessons. It's all about people growing in their soul and evolving in their own time. And sometimes those times match up, sometimes they don't, and maybe they will at a later date. Who knows? But it's about you coming into your own, what you're doing, and allowing that change to happen so that you can get on to your next step. And for the feminine, you have the chess queen, trust, strategizing, but as a challenge. And then we have the Sisters of the Seasons, cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. So this is your advice, feminine 30. When the chess queen arrives to challenge you, it simply means that you're living too much in your head, planning, scheming, and strategizing what your future will look like and how it will unfold. Remember the saying, man plans and God laughs. You cannot know the power and beauty that is meant for you until you let go and ask for divine guidance. The laws of cause and effect apply here. Don't dictate what you want, as your wants may not be in your highest good. Ask instead for the miracles set aside for you and you alone. What does Spirit want for you? Perhaps it's time to let go and turn your life over to the care of a higher power. You can never lose when Spirit plays the game of life on your behalf. So like I said, many times, even in the readings, Spirit's trying to lead you one way, but your ego's bringing you another way, because we want to hold on to our anger, our resentment, our fears, our worries, our karma, whatever it is. And we don't even realize we're fighting against ourselves. Again, this is for both people, learning to get out of one's own way and trusting that the universe knows the plan. They know it all. They know what you don't know. And they see the long term. They know how it's supposed to end. Should we follow this path that they're leading us on, in leaving aside our own, again, egos, and in listening to them, even though we can't see the forest or the trees at this point. It's about having faith, both people having faith, and allowing things to just kind of flow and not resist against it, again, because of our own stuff. So the next one is 17. Easier said than done, though, isn't it? As soon as I say that, the ego goes, yeah, well, I want to, whatever. I know. Trust me, I know. When the sisters of the seasons meet you on your path, they remind you that everything has a natural rhythm that obeys a higher law. Just as the seasons magically pass, be reminded that the nature of birth, growth, harvest, and decay cannot be altered. So if you keep on your path with determination and discernment, allowing for the natural course of events to unfold, success is assured. Divine appropriate timing is guiding your desires into perfect manifest form. This is a very good period to start new things as you've moved out of winter into the beginning of spring. Continue with patience and be aware of the rhythms of your opportunities. There will be periods when things slow down and begin anew, move into fruition, and then slow down again in a never-ending natural flow. Be mindful of which sister greets you, for she points directly at the next. Every moment counts now. So again, it's just like to the sea. Kind of, again, we fight to hold on and we fight to let go. It's human nature. And that's why you'll see with most spiritually enlightened people, they release all of that stuff. All those Buddhist monks and all those people, whatever, that they know that there's a higher meaning for it all. And they learn that the ego is what it serves well in some instances, and it's destructive in others. And the point to getting enlightenment, like the hangman, is kind of realizing and being able to discern which is which is serving our highest and best, and which is actually holding us back. And on that note, my lovelies, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already, and leave comments, because I love to see the comments. Also, what was the other thing I wanted to mention? Oh, again, donations are greatly appreciated. I've had one person make a donation of $5. I don't know what your screen name is, but I wanted to thank you for that. And know that any little bit counts. $2, $3, $4, $5. It just helps. It's an energy exchange, to give to receive, and it helps me give you more stuff, devote more time to the channel. So again, I appreciate that donation. And also, I'm still working on the Saturday satsang. I probably will upload it later on tonight. It's not going to be very long, because I didn't get too many people submitting questions. I don't know if people are afraid to, but please don't be afraid to. Know that the next one for the last week of the month, the last week of this month, I'll be doing another one. So please feel free to submit a question for that, say episode, but for that meeting. But I will upload something for this time, even though I didn't get as many as many responses as I would have hoped to. But again, it's new, just starting out. Maybe people need to see it first before they contribute more. But again, I would like to form a nice community here, exchanging ideas, exchanging wisdom to help each other on this journey. So again, don't be afraid to submit a question. And until next time, my lovelies, take care. Bye-bye.